Hello and welcome back to SwiftOwl7 Gaming. I am SwiftOwl7. We are in Prison Architects Season 2, Episode 1, Vanilla Let's Play. Well, do we want to say Vanilla Let's Play? I think we can say Vanilla Let's Play. I have not installed any mods, but I have all the DLCs. In our last episode, we went to jail in our prison. We had some hard lessons we had to learn, and we did indeed learn them. So hopefully we can go in here and create a new prison and do this perfectly. We are going to randomize our warden. We're going to keep our cute little classic dogs. And we're going to do just the standard uniforms. I have the volume turned down way down low at the moment because the menu volume is just astronomically loud. World size. I think if we start with a small world, do we want to do that? Do we want to start with a small world? Or do we want to do something a little different? Maybe we'll do medium. I mean, we could do large too. Let's do medium. How about that? And plot type, just a default plot type, I think, is what we're going to go with. We are going to, we need to go to DLC settings and turn things on. So, we're not playing with the undead mod. Or DLC rather, but we will turn on everything to the DLCs. As far as Perfect Storm, you know, we're gonna do Wrath low. Weather, you know, we're just gonna do low. I think. I mean, it's on. Island bound. I think we will do the land expansion. We will do Psych Ward. We will do Clear for Transfer. So here's our settings. The Jungle Pack is enabled. We have the Prisoner Aging on. Let's look at base settings now. That unlocks some things, I think. Starting season. Spring. So there's nothing we can even do there, really. Okay, because the other thing is overriding it. The DLC for weather at the Perfect Storm, and I just wonder. I don't want it to be like low-level events. I mean, it'd be nice if we had some. We'll just put medium, and maybe that will just change things up a little bit. Fog of War, yes. Failure conditions, yes. We all know too well about those. Forest lakes. I usually don't generate buildings. I always find that just to be more of a pain. We are not going to do Warden mode. We started Season 1 off in Warden mode, and, for a Let's Play, it's just not the best. Events, absolutely. Temperature, staff needs, escape plans, unlimited funds. No, I'm just kidding. We won't do any cheats or anything like that. Let's look at mutators. There's a couple things I like to do. Just looking. I like the idea that everything that you get arrives on a truck. I mean, I just really, really enjoy that. Can you imagine if we had this installed in our last season? How crazy that would have... how crazy that would have been. That's all we're going to do with mutators. I think that'll make our playthrough a lot more, I don't want to say easy, but less buggy. Or, I mean, I think we still have problems with medics, with our doctors. But I think that will help us, just help us. Actually, there was one other, wasn't there like a, more reputation DLC or more reputation. Oh, I like this. More contraband. You know, there was just some stupid contraband in the last season that I just thought was crazy, so we're not going to do that. But reputations, I'm all for all reputations revealed. No, I want kind of a extra reputation. That's what we want. I think that would be okay. Okay. So we've modified this a little bit. Random Warden. Let's go ahead and hope we get a good map. A good start. Holy cow. Well, this is going to make things very interesting. We're going to want to expand down here, I think, so we can... it's going to be an interesting map. I mean, that's for sure. I'm glad it's not, like, on the road, because that's always very annoying when this is underwater or this part is. But okay, that's going to make some interesting design choices. The bulk of our prison looks like it's going to be up in this area, and we're going to go ahead and lay that out. Now, I do want to point out that there are some graphical glitches on your screen, and I do apologize for that if you're just tuning into Season 2. The reason being is my monitor is no longer working, so I'm using a television set that's really small. However, all the buttons still work, and really, it's not too bad. If you want to give me $200 for a new monitor, that'd be great. But otherwise, and you can do that. You can donate through the Twitch app somehow, some way. But anyway, no one's ever has, so I'm not asking, really. How do we want to play with this? Well, I want to lay out our prison. I want to lay out... We had some great ideas from our last episode, or our last season, rather, with our maximum security and our super max security designs. Our what do you have to call it? Oh, I need to fix our volume levels now that we're out of the menu. Give me one moment to do that. Audio, it was at 190, which this is a very strange volume level system that they have. Okay, so hopefully that works. We got some workmen coming in. We want this to be a safe prison. Okay, as safe as can be. That being said, I'm not quite sure. And again, we're not building all this right now, so fear not. I am merely working on this design. And what we're doing is designing our Supermax first. That way, we can try to avoid prisoners that are very dangerous as much as we can. So, I think we're going to do 5 cells up on this side. Now, you might be thinking, that's a strange cell. And especially if you're just now tuning in, so we'll explain some stuff. You know, there's going to be doors right here. Toilet, shower. This is going to be a contained unit, essentially. we'll be able to do permanent lockdown inside of here. One, two, three, four, five. That's fine. Now, what we do need is a canteen in the middle, unfortunately. So, we're going to do something like a small table right there. But I want this bigger area so that our guards have room to fight if they need to. So, this will be all a good thing in the long run. Let's go ahead and just blueprint this up, and we'll slowly work towards this. It won't be right away, but it will be coming fairly soon, I have a feeling. I've never designed a prison with Supermax first, so I wonder how this is going to affect our gameplay, our management of the prison. What I would like to do is something a little different down here than in our last prison. I'm going to put some windows right there and have doors. Well, I'm just going to have kind of like a little area, really, right there. That's going to be our airlock for our coming into this part of the prison. There'll be a door there and some windows here. Let's just mark that with an object. And we'll have a door there. Okay. We can expand this way as needed. Now, there is going to be something else here. There's going to be a long, narrow hallway on this side. And this is going to go to our solitary area. And we really need to pay close attention to how we do solitary. Just because in our last prison, that is what led to our demise, was not having enough solitary. So, you know, I tried to be really nice in our last prison and have comfy solitary cells. I mean, they weren't comfy, but they were better than nothing. So, here's going to be our solitary over here. And we got plenty of room if anyone kicks off that we can go ahead and take care of that situation. Now, our buffer zone is going to be out here. I'm not liking any of that. Let's get rid of this. Right here in the middle is going to be our guard security room. We're going to have door control here. We're going to have some boilers in this area. So we're going to throw a boiler actually right here. Or maybe over here. We're going to throw a boiler right over here. But it's going to be inside the staff restroom. So we can have camera systems, you know, we can have a camera system there, a door control there. You know, we can have camera systems, door controls in this room. This is going to be a great room for, you know, camera system, door control. You know, this is going to be our heart of the building, really, right here. We're going to have, with this area, a backup power unit and a regular power station is going to be here. So what we are not going to do is have our regular power station souped up to the max. So it needs to be a 3x3. It will essentially cover mainly this area right here. We'll have our backup unit out here. This is going to be an outside area. And I'm not sure how to demonstrate that on the map, but it's going to be an outside area. Accessed from, maybe even accessed from here. Do something like that. So this area, you know what, we might even access this from in here. We'll figure things out here as we go along. This is going to be a hallway leading to our solitary. This is going to be a hallway leading to our super max. Over on this side here, I'm thinking about a break room for our staff that are assigned to our maximum security wing, with maybe some restroom here, little door, sinks. Do it like that. I think that'll work better. And we need a ladies' restroom too, don't we? So that will be our break area. And then what we can do is have a staff canteen off of our kitchen. We're going to need a kitchen to supply this area up here. And we're going to need a staff canteen as well. Not sure the best way of going about doing this. I'd like to keep our deliveries down south if we can. So let's design our our maximum security, and our maximum security for the time being is going to serve as our minimum and medium security area, but it will be designed for max eventually as we go along. Trying to think how we connect these two, and I think the way to do that is really a hallway out here. I don't want prisoners being escorted through this area. I mean, I guess it's not the worst thing that can happen. Kind of thinking a hallway like that, maybe even a bigger hallway. What's down here? I don't know yet, guys. Just give me a second. I'm thinking if we do that, because this can always be expanded to our solitary area, we're going to need an armory somewhere. And if this is a staff room, our armory would be over on this side. Now, we need an airlock for our armory. And it's going to be a smaller airlock than these, because we're not expecting to really fight anyone. It's going to be remote access doors. So that will help us out a little bit. It makes sense for our armed guards to have their own little restroom area up here to change. So we will go ahead and do that for them. It also makes sense that our armed guards would have like a little break room up here. Something like that. So now I'm also thinking, because Essentially, prisoners will never ever leave this area. This is a restricted area. This is a restricted area. You're under escort of guards here. So you'll never enter this area. This will be maybe an office area down in this zone. I kind of like that idea. We can also do some type of a visitation section over here where we have a visitor room over here. I'm not sure how big, really. I'm just kind of... I know those tables are going to be something like this we're going to have to deal with. So if we just throw, like, you know, a row of tables in here, experimenting with things, you know, that works. There are only 3, they're not 4. So that works even better. See what we can do here. And actually that will work, because what we can do over here is have a secured visiting area. Those booths are, and I don't even know if they're, yeah, they are already unlocked. They are 2. So we can have a nice 2. We can just bring this all the way down. As long as it's an even number. It's odd. We'll just have to do like a little wall right here. We can have that. A little extra room for our prisoners in case we have any unruly prisoners. What we can do over here is also have our parole offices. So we'll have a little hallway back here that will lead to our parole rooms, which need to be, I believe, 5 by 5. So we'll have several parole rooms that we can utilize. And we're going to plan for the future and just do this all in parole. And it looks like we have a little extra area right here. We can come up with a good reason for that being there. I don't know what that reason would be, but we can come up with it shortly. Boiler or something in the future. Okay. So I like this layout. I am liking it. Thinking for the front door of our prison, we want like a little lobby that people come into. Maybe we'll do doors like that. Kind of funnel in. Just to designate this is the main entrance to the prison. We need offices. So this area will give people direct access to offices, but there will also be a door here, and we'll have like our visitor reception. Actually, yeah, we'll have like our visitor reception area here. And we're going to do several offices right down here. We'll need an accountant who is going to act as our secretary if we RP this a little bit. We're going to have maybe like a lawyer's office, security chief's office. We're going to need a foreman's office at some point in time. I don't like how this is looking. I don't like this at all. Let's go ahead and undo that. Just don't like how it's turning out. Let's look at our maximum cells for right now. So maximum security won't have access to this room. They'll have access to this area here for visitation purposes. So that works good in my opinion. We need a canteen somewhere. Maybe we don't want our front door here. Maybe we want... Now, I'm just thinking here, guys. If we remove this and did a canteen down here, wouldn't that be better? There'll be a hallway out here with a couple doors going into the canteen. Or maybe just a wall there. Those tables are 4 big. So if we do that, we have our serving tables in the middle. Need a little bit more room for our serving tables. How about that? Oops. We do something like this. Something like this. Now this right here, that's 7. That's 7 there. I think that's a good start for a canteen. We're going to need cells. Right, that's the right size, I think. I wanted to do 10. So we'll have 20 prisoners along this wing here. I'm going to make this hallway a little bigger than normal, because we have so many prisoners that are going to be using it. What I don't like to do windows and cells. But being that this is maximum, maybe you don't get a window in your cell. Maybe this hallway goes this way. And we have a shower room down here at the end. Come in, have a couple sinks that go to some toilets back in this area. With a closet that goes to a boiler. Right there. Shower area. A yard, we need a yard. And then we can have windowed cells. There's 5. Right there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Do we want a 2 by... we want 3 or 2? I think 2, maybe. I know I said just a moment ago 3, but... let's do 2. Okay. We can put a temporary wall right there. As far as this canteen, we're going to open it up on this end. I'm thinking phone booths will line this hallway here. And we'll worry about this side another time with a chapel or something going on. Let's look at now our kitchen. Well, a couple kitchen doors right there with a wall. You go this way to wash your dishes. So we'll have like a dishwashing station back there. And we'll have our stove area, our cooking area. We need a cooler area. And if you watched season 1, you understand why I'm building it like this. I kind of try to do it like in real life, even though the mechanics in the game are not like that. This can be like a prep station because they would need water for that. Then we can have stoves. 2, 2, 2, right along here. More stoves. Boiler. This room right here, we're going to have a little hallway right here. We're going to have a restroom down here for our staff that are cooking in the kitchen. And we're going to have our fridges down here. Our coolers and freezers. We're going to have 2, like a freezer and a cooler, walk-in. Right along there. Okay. And we're going to have a staff canteen right back here probably. And we're going to have some prep area over here too. Okay. We can always expand in our kitchen, do something back here. I'm thinking staff canteen, at least temporarily, is going to be right there for the time being. That will probably end up moving. I like this layout. We need a holding cell area. We're going to have a yard up here. We just need a temporary holding cell area. And, you know, right back here, if we just continue putting in a little holding cell right there, that would work for our purposes. We'll worry about visitors later on, because this is going to be maximum, and we need a different visitor security level for maximum as opposed to normal and medium, or normal and minimum. Our offices, that's a good question. Where are they going? For the time being, we're going to put our offices up in this area here, in the front of our prison. This is going to make sense in a minute. Or maybe it won't. I think it will. Okay. That's going to be our warden and our other offices that we need. I think we can go ahead and actually start doing some foundation work here. Turn off our auto lights. If we go into, there are some things we're going to need to do. Let's grab our basic detention facility grant. Or what, administrative center. We can do both of these. And that will help us out in the long run. We can go ahead and start work on this here. Kitchen is a must. We're going to have showers here. That's a must. This goes back to our holding cell. Okay, let's see how much money that costs us. Okay, that cost us a heck of a lot of money. Cost us more than I wanted to spend, but that's okay because we're in the green. We can't hire a warden or anything at the moment, so let's just get this going here. We'll be okay. We will be okay. We did not screw everything up yet. We almost did, probably. We'll get some money going here. We'll get this place built. I want to buy a door as soon as possible. I just have to expand our delivery area. All the way up to here. We're going to need a place for water, a water pumping station at some point in time. Okay, guys, we're actually building a prison that I think has a decent, efficient design, a decent security design. So the plan for maximum is, if we need more maximum cells, just expand this way, and every now and then have a shower in a yard. I mean, that's going to be the replication pattern, but I think it would actually work good for our prison. Might do like laundry and stuff down here or something. I don't know. We'll figure that out when that comes. So everything is working good, though. Everything is indeed working good, as intended. While we're on maximum speed, I just want to look at doors. We're just waiting for all the steel to come in. Steel, steel, steel. We don't want any steels in our prison. Okay, let's close the prison intake. Anyone else in a panic mode there for a second? We don't need any prisoners coming in right now. We don't have any places to house them. What's going on right now, what I'm guessing is, since we didn't have enough money to probably build all this, which I kind of thought we would have, but because we didn't build like this up here, we built just the bare necessities. It's giving us steel as money comes available. It's buying a chunk of steel. A chunk of steel. But that's okay, because these guys are keeping up just fine. They're not falling behind. Hopefully none of them get struck by lightning. It's not like we can shelter indoors at the moment. Yeah, we're trying to avoid mistakes from Season 1. That's most definitely something we're trying to avoid. I'm hoping to see some flooding at some point in time. I think that'd be really cool to see and deal with. I think eventually I'm going to detach our offices and maybe put a separate office building like over here. We're just dealing with this for the time being. They are kind of separate in some sense. There's a lot of buffer between here and here. Enough buffer, I'm not too worried about anything. So, I guess what we can do is continue doing our layout. How would we do like a normal security and medium security? That's a good question. We're definitely... Hey, congratulations on handling this calamity. You can expect a reward in the near future. Okay. Something fell off the back of a truck too. The weather has become more erratic in recent years. We're lucky this time around, but the prison should be prepared even for every eventuality. Some grants are offered to local businesses after adverse weather. I trust you will take advantage of them as they become available. Unfortunately, when it comes to grants, there probably is a weather grant. We can't take that right now, but that's okay. That's okay. We are doing good. What I think I was thinking here is we're going to have, at some point in time, psychiatric inmates. And it might behoove us to have a facility for them. So I'm thinking up in this top right corner would be their facility. Now we're going to have minimum and normal security prisoners too. So we'll have to figure out where they're going to be going and how we're going to be handling them. I'm thinking for normal and minimum security, we're going to share this kitchen. This is a pretty sizable kitchen. We're going to share this kitchen and have a canteen down here, I think. We have 2 doors right here. Our table would be about that big. Not that they're going right there. We can set this up a little differently, maybe for serving. So if we did something like this, we had our tables here and here, and we're going to bring that down to about there. We can do a serving table. On each side. Doors to get in and out of the canteen. Serving table. Serving table. Trash can. Trash can. Hey, I'm all about receiving extra supplies at this point in time in the game. Throw a door there. And then from here to here, that's 9. 9 right there. Okay. That's going to be our minimum or normal, probably our normal canteen. Normal security canteen. What we, yeah, that's fine. I was thinking we should probably have this hallway come this way and connect, you know, into this area here. And that's probably a good idea. We'll just have to move this canteen down a little bit, and we can do that as we build it. This will just be a hallway we can cross over. It's actually even more secure for our kitchen. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense to me. That way our normal personnel have access to the solitary that we'll be building soon. We just have to get this area built up in the meantime. So that makes perfect sense. You know, we could do an infirmary right here that treats maximum and normal people. prisoners. But we'll think about that. I'm not sure how that is going to play out. You might be wondering why I have doors on this side, and truthfully, I just don't know. I think it's very possible we could have cells on this side. Maybe a yard. I think this is going to be our yard on this side. So we can even do like a fence area. And so that's our fence. And we can do... We still need an area for deliveries and things like that. And I'm not sure where that's going to ultimately end up being. Down here might be a good idea and just close off this whole wall right here and have this as a separate administration section, or even eventually tear this part down and do a building over here for admin. I think that's a very realistic idea. Some things I am going to need is power stations for our medium security area. We'll need water. I'm not sure where that's going to go yet, but it will go. You know, we could probably throw up a little room right here and have our water station in there. And that's that big, so that would be okay. Throw a little door up here, and that would feed water to our prison. It's far enough away from our power station it's not going to cause problems. And we can have it also powered by our backup generator. So I think having a power station right here is a good idea. So this area is almost built, which is just wonderful. One thing we can work on doing is adding an exports area. So let's go to rooms, and that'll give us a little money going out of here. So for our medium security prison, this is going to be interesting. We're going to have cells over here. They're not going to have windows, but they are going to have, there are going to be windows all along this wall. So there will be natural light coming in. So I don't feel as bad. I kind of think of like an Alcatraz look. And I don't think that's actually how it's done. I've seen movies of cells like this, and I'm just kind of basing it off of that idea. And what we can do is down on this side, you know, we can have a shower room area. So you come on in, we'll have our sinks right along here with our toilets. We're going to have a boiler closet right here, and that's going to lead us back into a shower area back here. And that will work just fine. And this will be normal. It could even be minimum security as far as I'm concerned. We're going to have our door to go out. We're going to have a door here and a door down here, maybe? No, just one right there. We'll have doors down here too, so that will work. We got more items falling off of trucks, which is a great thing. We don't have any guards to search them, so we don't know what these items are that are being delivered, I don't believe. So let's continue on as our prison is under construction with this over here. I'm all about receiving extra supplies. Thank you very much. On this side, we're going to have a very similar layout, except there's not going to be a yard on the outside. One, two, three. Did I make that 4? I only wanted that to be 3. But you know what? It works for our purposes. Why not 4? Just to make it look similar. Okay, so that works. We're just waiting on supplies, really, coming in. Let's see how we're doing. Let's see what we can do money-wise. We're going to need to clear this forest at some point in time. So let's go ahead and just start dismantling that forest. We don't need a tree in our yard there. This forest is going to need to come down at some point in time. Might as well pop these trees down too. And that'll give us a little bit of export money. And actually what I'm going to do is remove our export area right now. And you might be thinking, why are you going to do that? Because I want to spend the money. I don't want the game to spend the money. So we've removed that. As far as deliveries go, deliveries for right now are going to be in this yard. And I'm going to remove that right there. As far as garbage can stay right there for right now. So we figure some things up, or some things out. It's getting hot out there. Our roads are getting in bad shape. That's okay. So far, I'm really liking the layout of this prison. A lot better than our Season 1 prison. The Season 1 prison was really thrown together in the start, and it started to get efficient in those last several episodes. But I'm really liking this layout. Other than, I don't like this, but I've already laid the foundation for it, so... but this will change eventually. Might even change it to expand the staff canteen. Something like that. Tear this part down for expansion on the yard. We will deal with that. Okay, here's what we can do. This is what I've been waiting for. Go down here, click on Sell Object, and we can sell all of this stuff right there, right there, right there. That's excellent. Couple things we can do now before we unpause the game is buy some doors for this prison. I'm just going to put some staff doors in right here. And that's all I'm going to do right now. What we are going to do is hire some staff. Who's our warden? So we got the ecologist. An oldie but goodie. The grand overseer of your prison. A warden will unlock the bureaucracy tree, allowing you to... Well, we know that. What is the... so we can increase power output of all green energy sources. Well, I mean, okay. It's not the greatest. I'm a little disappointed with that. But that's okay. We'll get them office here pretty soon. Well, we are at the 1 hour mark for this episode. I'm going to pause it here. In our next episode, we should have this facility up and running, or at least getting the walls up. And yeah, I'm pretty sure it'll be up and running. We'll get our first inmates taken in. I'm SwiftOwl7. I'm SwiftOwl7. This is SwiftOwl7 Gaming. Until next time, we'll see you later. Bye.